Croeso Pub to the Blockbuster Games PSN sale. I found a list of games here that'll save you up to £250, so watch the whole video to find a great deal, and subscribe so you don't miss a great sale again. This sale ends on the 13th of October, so that'll be your last day to pick up these deals. Okay, let's look at the games. First up is 9 Monkeys of Xiangling. It was released in 2020, so it's only a year old, and it's on a 75% discount for the price of £6.24, which is pretty good. In this beat 'em up, you play a Chinese fisherman called Wei Cheng, who is avenging the death of his friends and family in merciless fights with hordes of enemies. It features 3 fighting styles, 25 levels, 10 weapons, a skill system, and 2-player offline and online co-op, which is awesome for a beat 'em up game. Co-op just makes them so much better, so it was great that they included it. I'm a huge fan of beat 'em ups. I used to absolutely love the Streets of Rage series in the olden days, and I still like them now, to be honest. And even though there's not that many beat 'em ups made these days, it's great to see one on sale. So if you're a fan of beat 'em ups, you might want to take a look at this. And if you've never played one before, this isn't too bad a price, so you might be interested as well. Next up is my star buy, Assassin's Creed III Remastered. It was released in 2019, so it's 2 years old, although the game's much older than that really. And it's on at least a 65% discount for the price of £10.49 or £8.99 with PS Plus, which is the cheapest I've ever seen it, and PS Plus again a really good deal. This version is remastered in 4K with improved gameplay mechanics, and it includes all the solo DLC from the game, plus the full Vita game Assassin's Creed Liberation remastered for PS4 as well. So if you never owned a Vita and probably didn't play that game, this is a great chance to play that version of Assassin's Creed as well. In the main game, you get to relive the American Revolution. Set in 1775, you get to play as Connor, a Native American assassin trying to secure liberty for his people and nation. It features the first instance of naval combat in the series, which ended up being so much fun in the sequel Black Flag. This is my star buy because it's the only game from the golden age of Assassin's Creed that's never on a good sale, and this is the first time I've seen it on a decent discount, so it's getting the star buy. I also think it's a very interesting time period for an Assassin's game, with the idea of an assassin wielding a bow and arrow and a tomahawk just really cool to me. It's the only one from this era I haven't played myself, and I'm pretty tempted to pick it up. It's quite simple. If you're an Assassin's Creed fan and you haven't played this one, then you should seriously consider picking it up. And if you've never played an Assassin's Creed game before, then you can get other versions of it on a cheaper discount, so you might want to check one of those out instead. And our next game is Assassin's Creed IV Black Flag Standard Edition. It was released in 2013, so it's 8 years old, and it's on at least a 70% discount for the price of £4.79 or £3.99 with PS Plus, which is the cheapest I've ever seen it, and an unbelievably amazing price for an awesome game. I normally only include one game from each franchise in a sale, but this is on such a cheap price that I had to mention it as well. It's unbelievable value, it really is. In this open-world action-adventure set in 1715, in the pirate-filled Caribbean, you play Edward Kenway, who is Welsh and therefore better than Ezio. It features the usual Assassin's Creed gameplay, with naval combat for the first time, including boarding parties. This game was pretty much the last of the great Assassin's Creed games before they started throwing in a load of microtransactions and leveling rubbish, so if you like the good old days and you never played this one, you should definitely take a look at it. Or if you're a big fan of pirates, then you'll love this game as well. Battlefield 5 is our next game. It was released in 2018, so it's 3 years old, and it's on an 80% discount for the price of £5.24, which is the cheapest I've ever seen it, and a really good deal. In this FPS set in World War II, you get to experience various war stories of the Norwegian resistance, a Senegalese tirailleur, a convicted bank robber constricted to the special boat service, and a German Tiger tank crew, which is very unusual for the campaigns in these sorts of games, and it adds a bit of variety as you get to see a lot of different stories from a lot of different views. It also features 64-player online multiplayer and the new Firestorm Online mode, although that didn't go down so well on release if I remember right, and at this point, I'm not sure how active the multiplayer will be, but you never know, there might still be some diehards playing it. Battlefield has had a bit of a rough time lately, Call of Duty has had way more sales and success, but hey, they're not bad games, and this is a good price for a decent one. So if you just want to play the story, or you haven't played a first-person shooter in a while, then you might want to take a look at it. But if you're looking for something with a really active multiplayer, you're probably better off looking at a newer version, or a free-to-play battle royale game, like Apex Legends. We have a racer next, Car X Drift Racing Online. It was released in 2019, so it's 2 years old, and is on at least a 65% discount for the price of £6.64 or £5.69 with PS Plus. This drifting simulation features over 50 cars, over 1,000 body kit parts, 100 complete body kit sets, vinyl and paint customization, tandem drifting events, steering wheel support with force feedback, and 16-player online multiplayer. Which is really good because it looks like an indie game, so I wouldn't have expected it to support so much. Whoever made it's done a really good job, and I really appreciate it when games support wheels, especially force feedback and all the extra features of them as well. That's really good on them to add that in. So if you're a big fan of drifting and you want a game just for that, this looks really good, especially for the price. But if you're not a big fan of drifting or you want a more standard racer, then you should look at a different game instead. We have another first-person shooter next, Dishonored Definitive Edition. It was released in 2015, so it's 6 years old, and is on a 50% discount for the price of £7.99, which is the cheapest I've ever seen it, and it includes 4 DLC with 3 content updates and some bonus items as well, so you're getting a lot included for the price. In this FPS, you've been framed for the assassination of the Empress, and now your only option is to ally with the Loyalists, a resistance group fighting to reclaim Dunwall, while the mysterious outsider grants you supernatural abilities to succeed in your mission. This game had a lot of praise when it came out, and it's very popular, especially the sequel as well. It's got a cool combat system that involves melee weapons and ranged weapons, along with your abilities combined. You can fight in many different ways and approach missions in different ways as well. You can stealth missions, you can go in all guns blazing. It gives you a lot of variety in the gameplay, and a lot of different ways to enjoy yourself. So if you like your first-person shooters with great stories and great gameplay, you'll really enjoy this. And it's very different to the usual World War II knockoffs as well. So if you like the sound of that, why not take a look? It's a really great game from a great franchise. And if you've never played a first-person shooter with a great story before, then there are better deals around, so you might want to look around instead. Our next game is Metro Exodus Gold Edition. It was released in 2019, so it's only 2 years old, and it's on at least a 65% discount for the price of £12.24 or £10.49 with PS Plus, which is the cheapest I've ever seen it, and a really good deal for PS Plus users. This edition includes the expansion pass with 2 story expansions worth £20. This is a really good first-person shooter series, and this newest edition hasn't been on sale this good before. So if you really want the third game, then this is a good opportunity if you're not willing to wait a bit longer, because it'll probably get cheaper in the future. We have some platforming next, Rayman Legends. It was released in 2014, so it's 7 years old, and it's on a 75% discount for the price of £3.99, which is dirt cheap. In this action platformer, after a 100-year nap, the Glade of Dreams has been overrun with terrifying monsters. As Rayman, you gather your friends to help fight the monsters to save the Teen Seas. And it features local 4-player co-op, which makes it absolutely awesome for people that love having gaming sessions at their house. This game is basically a rip-off of the Wii Super Mario Bros. Series, where you had all 4 players on screen at once and you ran from left to right completing levels together in chaotic fun, which is amazing because those games are great, and so is this. I don't understand why more games haven't copied that format, because it's great fun, and it's a shame to only have one game to play outside of the Nintendo consoles. In any case, it's great. If you have regular gaming parties at your house, or you got a kid or two that you like playing games with, you should definitely check out this game. And if you've never played one of these games before, then only pick it up if you have friends over to play games regularly, because there's no online multiplayer, which makes it a lot more boring to play on your own without friends. So keep that in mind when you check it out. Up next is a game from a legendary series, Shenmue III. It was released in 2019, so it's 2 years old, and is on an 80% discount for the price of £4.99, which is really good. In this open world game, you play as Ryo Hazuki. While seeking to solve the mystery behind the Phoenix Mirror artifact, you journey to an immersive representation of rural China, full of activities and beautiful landscapes. It features arcades, combat upgrades, gambling, jobs, and a load more as well. The original games in this series were really famous for having a very immersive world, where people had their own timelines and would go to jobs, to the pub after work, or to an arcade, that sort of thing. And it also allowed you to do a lot of interactiveness as well, like games, gambling, getting a job, all sorts of stuff. So at the time it was very innovative and people loved it. And when this new entry in the series was announced, it was a big deal. although personally I'm a bit skeptical because the old games haven't aged very well, and if they've stuck too much to the old games, then I wouldn't enjoy playing them. But hey, if you're a fan of the originals and you want more of it, you'll really enjoy this. And if you've never played a Shenmue game before, then I'd look into it first because they may not be for everyone. They're very much old school compared to a lot of other open world games these days, so you might want to check out some more in-depth reviews before buying. Next up is Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands Ultimate Edition. It was released in 2018, so it's only 3 years old, and it's on a 75% discount for the price of £19.99, which isn't too bad because it includes a lot of extra content. This edition has over £55 worth of DLC included, which is a lot of value for money, with the first season pass including 2 full expansions, and it also thrown in the second season pass and the quick starter pack as well, so you'd think that was a lot of content. But the second season pass is an absolute con. Like seriously, it's like £25 to buy on its own, and all it includes is some character classes and some digital loot boxes, which you can get all for free if you play. So it's literally just raking you for money for no reason. It's awful, it's a disgrace to gaming. But hey, you do get content in the other packs included, so swings and roundabouts. But if you already have this game, never buy the second season pass. It's an absolute disgrace, it really is. In this game, a near-world future Bolivia has fallen to a merciless drug cartel, and now you must create and customize your own ghost operative to fight back against them. It features over 60 vehicles, multiple classes, weapons, gear, and multiplayer online co-op, which is awesome. This game's designed to be played online with friends, so if you don't have a squad of people to play with, you won't have as much fun, and it's really centered around that, so you'll be missing out on a lot of the fun of the game. But hey, if you've got a regular group of friends to play with, you'll have a lot of fun with this game, so you might want to check it out in that case. But if you're looking for something with an awesome story and a single player campaign, then you should probably look at another game because this just isn't as much fun without friends to play with. And the last game I have for you is the Ukulele Buddy Duo Bundle. This bundle was released in 2019, so it's 2 years old, and it's on a 70% discount for the price of £9.99, which is the cheapest I've ever seen it, and a really good deal for 2 full games. Ukulele is inspired by old school banjo and kazooie games, and is very similar to them, so if you've ever played them and you like them, this is for you. And the second one included, the Impossible Lair version, is more of a side-scrolling platformer, so there's quite a variety in the 2 games available here. But they're both great fun and they're good for kids or people who love old school platformers. There's a lot of family fun in this bundle, and it's at a pretty decent price, so check it out if you like the sound of that. And that's all the games I have for you for the Blockbuster Games PSN sale. If you liked this video and you found some games you're interested in, then subscribe so you'll never miss another sale again and save yourself a lot of money in future. Now, what did you think of the games I picked? Did I pick good ones? Did I pick bad ones? Wasn't my style by a joke, and should I have picked something else instead? Throw all of your complaints down in the comments and we can argue about it later. Or even just let me know how much money you've saved, or what games you picked up and which ones you liked. In any case, I hope you guys found some games you're interested in, but more importantly, I hope you guys saved a lot of money. I'll see you guys in the next sale. Heil Vaur.